Hi everybody, we're gonna try something new. Oh, boob shot, that's nice. I am going to do like a vlog. It's just become too much to sit down and do, say, half hour, 45 minutes. So I'm gonna try and do a vlog-ish type thing. And today is Monday, and June 13th, 2020. Have to look. If it's wrong, I'll put it in the editing. Yeah. So we're gonna do this. I have my cat picture out. I haven't worked on it in a while, and dummy me. I left it on the kitchen table, kind of pushed to the side. And the cats and the dogs are shedding exponentially. And so now I have a bunch of crap on it. So I need to pick it off, and I can't find my tweezers. So I don't know what I'm gonna do. I know where my tweezers are. They're under the under here, so it's frustrating me. So what's been going on? So a lot has been going on. Saturday and Sunday, I don't know. I've been in a weird funk for like days and days. Excuse me. I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's hot. I don't know if I'm worried about money. I don't even know. I don't know why I'm in this weird funk. I'm looking for my tweezers. I know I got some somewhere. I had a headache this weekend, which was super annoying. And I have medicine for migraine, sumatriptan. Let's try this pen. And it works for me. The only problem is that glasses would be good. The only problem is that it makes me feel funky. I don't know how it works. It works. It takes away the migraine, but I'm telling you what, I just feel like, and if I'm smart about it, and I feel one coming on, I generally can, if I take it before I go to bed, then the funkiness wears off, and then I feel halfway decent the next day. But she only gives me 10 a month, and so I'm always worried that I'm not going to have enough. And so, which is ridiculous because I always do, but and so I'll try something else, like I'll try Tylenol, or I'll try Excedrin or something, which just kind of takes the edge off of it. If it's not really bad, then I can deal with it for a while. But then I get kind of grumpy, and my husband's like, will you stop and just take the sumatriptan and take a nap and then wake up and you'll be your old self? And I'm like, yeah, I know. I don't know. It's just, I think what it does is it opens up your blood vessels so you get more blood to your brain, because they figure that's why you have a headache. I don't know. And then plus we had a bunch of rain last month. So yeah. Part of the reason my head hurts is that I have mold allergies. I am just a hot mess. I have a lot of bad crap going on in my life sometimes. Oh, this kitty hair. Kitties. People with no kitties, you're smart. Unless you have little dogs that shed. You know who I'm talking about. So yeah, so it gets really hot. So then the cats and the dog sheds, and when I took Sadie to the dog park, I brushed her out, and then I bathed her a couple weekends ago. I scrubbed her down and brushed her again, and she just, even now, I could reach over right now and pull hair off that dog, and uh, just. And then me, the big dummy that I am, I leave my diamond painting out, and whether it's covered up or not, it gets cat hair on it, and it's like, so I don't know. If I was wondering if maybe that I may have to put some glue down or something, even though it's a Diamond Art Club. I know, Susan, I'm not done yet. Sorry. So, my sister, who taught me how to cross stitch, Mindy, saw my video. Actually, I sent it to her, of the cross stitch that I bought, and she's working on one right now, and it's a quilt, a cross stitch picture of a quilt with a sewing machine. And she challenged me, which she's never done, so she challenged me to finish one of the ones that I bought from AliExpress. And I thought, ooh, I'll pick the small one. No. She said, you got to pick the cat house. And I'm like, oh, okay. So I have until December to do this. And my husband's like, you can do that if you slow down on your diamond painting and your other stuff. And I'm like, yeah, I know. It's not big, so I could finish it by December. Anyway, she challenged me, so now I gotta do it. So I really wanted to work on that this weekend, but my head was just like obnoxious. And then I saw some markers on sale on Amazon, so I ordered them. And they're by Ohuhu. They come like this. They're water-based markers. Jeremy uses them. Mrs. Coffee uses them. So it was a 60 set. This is what they look like. They have a fine liner on one end. And then a brush tip on the other. So yeah, that's what that looks like. So I was like, okay, cool. So I was laying in bed on Sunday, and they're supposed to be 60s. So I counted them, and I got 59. And I thought, okay. So I swatched them all out. I wrote down the numbers because they're all numbered. So you keep the number on there. So I'm like, I'm missing 32. And my husband's like, well, let me look. And he pushes stuff around on the back. And then he's like, well, maybe you just miscounted. So he picked him up and he's like, no, you're right. You only have 59. So I'm like, well, shoot, that sucks. I mean, 59 is a lot of markers, but still, you pay for 60, you want 60. So I'm texting back and forth on the chat line with a lady from Amazon. So she said to go ahead and that she would resend me out a replacement and that to mail these back to her. And I'm like, okay. And then I feel kind of bad because I'm already using because I just figured, that I would say something to them and, hey, I'm missing one marker. Actually, I asked them if they would send me one, and they're like, we can't just send you the one color you're missing. And I'm like, okay. And I thought, forget it. I'll just keep it. And then she's like, no, I'll send you a brand new set. It'll get there in 2 days, but you have to mail back the other ones. And then she sent me a thing where I don't have to pay for it, so. But I feel slightly guilty because I already had colored with them. I mean, granted, it was only a swatch, and I did do a little bit on another page. I'm sorry. Boobs are naked. I hope you're not watching me. I hope you're doing something different. So I felt a little guilty about that. And then, once I dumped them out, now I can't get them back in. Story of my life. Anyway, yeah, so I didn't have much to say. Saturday morning, I did feel pretty good. No, Sunday morning, when I woke up, I didn't feel too bad. And I made my husband breakfast. I made him bacon and eggs and pancakes. And I used the frozen eggs that our neighbor had given us. My neighbor had given us some cartons of eggs and we froze them. And they weren't defrosted, so I thought I'd try it. Well, they really need to be defrosted, so yeah. But, and my pancakes turned out pretty good. I haven't had pancakes in a long time. Mainly because of IHOP. I used to work there and I hated pancakes after a while. Now that it's been a year or so, I haven't worked there in a year. I feel the last day I worked was the day after Mother's Day of 2019. So I thought maybe I could choke down a pancake, and actually they went down really good. I don't know why I don't do that more often. My husband was pleasantly surprised. And the bacon was really good. He had bought some really good thick cut bacon, which is delicious. I swear to you, once you have thick cut bacon, it's hard to go back to the scrawny stuff. And what else? Oh, Greg made a roast on Sunday in the crock pot. And it was really good. It was just a chuck roast. But I don't know why he does this. He's so afraid that the potatoes are going to turn into mush that he puts them in late, and they're, I don't know, they're kind of, I shouldn't bitch because I didn't have to cook, but anyway, I microwaved my potatoes. Needless to say, they were a little crunchy. Anyway, I'm going to stop right now. And we will do this again tomorrow. Less of a boob shot. It's really hot. It's been in the 80s, low 90s. So that's like, what, 36 Celsius? 30s? I don't know. I heard from Lizzie, she said that it was cold in Canada, and I said I'm leaving and coming to see you because it's hot here. But anyway, I'll talk to you tomorrow. Bye. Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel. I'm here at the dog park. I'm coloring in my color by number nature. Hi. Doing a picture of a sunflower. And I needed to escape the house, and Sadie had to go potty. Oh, it's the perfect time to get away. Greg didn't work today. He's super grumpy. I don't know what the matter is. It's hard because I was in a good mood this morning and he was just, I don't know. He spent like 3 hours last night watching the protests in Seattle, and I don't like to talk about political stuff on my channel, so I'm not going to get into it, but he was disgusted. I was disgusted. And I think, he's super concerned. As is everybody. Everybody's concerned, It's frightening, to say the absolute least. So, I had a busy day yesterday after I got off the phone with you, but I wasn't on the phone. Well, I sort of was on the phone. I did 5 loads of laundry, which entails walking back and forth. And it was super hot, and it felt like it was going to rain. And I was all excited. I'm like, yes, it's going to rain. And then nothing. I mean, we got like 4 drops. Well, more than 4, but you know what I mean. I'm like, ugh, how annoying. See my pencil thing? I'm in unicorn mode. I'm a unicorn. Dollar Tree special. I should have picked more colors. What's number 10? Number 10 is that one. It's called Carrot. Carrot. Anyway. So yeah, I know he's worried about money. I know he's worried about his job. I know he's worried about the United States. I know he's worried about me. He just, I guess everybody deserves to have a blah-de-blah day. Doing the right one? Let's do that. I have to check. Just like diamond painting, I forget what number I'm doing. So I just thought I'd take Sadie here because, his mood is starting to get on my nerves. He needs to have a sandwich and drink a beer and be mad for a while and then, move on. I mean, I don't know what to say. We got in an argument, sort of, because he said I'm just not very politically inclined and I don't pay attention to stuff that I should. And I guess that's true, but the thing is, I never worry about politics because he's always, he's always doing it, so why should I have to worry about it, Why should I watch it? He's just going to tell me what he thinks and the rehash of it anyway. In fact, I used to love to watch the evening news. I don't even watch it anymore. I mean, I stopped. Gosh, I was such a news hound. I used to tape it, so if I missed it, I could watch it. And now I'm like, Greg is like, what's the weather going to be like tomorrow? And I'm like, I have no idea. He's like, aren't you watching the news? I'm like, I have not watched the news since, Corona. I keep wishing the world would get back to normal, and in a way, I don't know. So anyway, I was going to tell you what else I did yesterday. So then yesterday, after I did 5 loads of laundry, was sweating half to death. In between my loads of laundry, our neighbor had given us a bag of apples, so I peeled apples and I made a pie. It turned out much, much better than the one I made before. The one I made before made the crust with margarine, and it came out weirdly crunchy in a way. And so this time I bought Crisco. So this one turned out better. And, the other thing is because I'm using that the oven that sits on our counter and not our regular oven, because our regular oven is the size of an Easy Bake oven. I have one that sits on the counter, and it's like a convection oven in a way. And so because it cooks so quick, the apples in the last pie did not get done. So before I stuck them into the pie, into the pastry shell, I microwaved them and I cut them in smaller pieces. And that seemed to do the trick. I only microwaved them for like 3 minutes, but it was enough to get them going so that when I put them in the pie crust, in the pie shell, there's my knee, they weren't crunchy. The other pie was edible. It just, the crust was a little crunchy and the apples weren't cooked as long as they should have been. So, this one turned out much better. So, after that, my husband said to me, "What are we having for dinner?" And I was like, I'm having a piece of pie and ice cream, and then I'm going to bed. Well, I was going to lay in bed. That's what I did. Laid in bed, watch movies. And I can't even remember what I watched. What did I watch last night? Probably a crime show. I can't even remember. It's not bad. I wasn't really focused on it. What did I watch last night? Oh my gosh, I'm getting old. And Greg worked yesterday, so he was in a good mood yesterday, and I don't even know why. He was in a better mood when he went to work than when he stayed home and had the day off. So figure the odds. I don't. I was looking online today to see if there was any like customer service jobs that I could do from home, and I saw a couple of them. So I'm thinking that I could, my back hasn't been too bad lately, and I could, as long as I didn't have to be a waitress anymore, I could answer the phone. I can type a little bit. So I was looking at jobs doing that. I don't know though. I don't really have we have a tablet. We have a big tablet, but we don't have a dedicated, whatchamacallit, internet connection. So I don't know. I don't know if it's worth looking into or not, but I think it would make him a lot happier, and he wouldn't feel like he's doing this all by himself, because I think that's part of it, why he's grumpy, because he feels like he has to take care of everything. And I'm mentally in a better state than I was, last summer. Last summer, I think I was in denial and depressed and upset. This video stinks. You can't even see anything. I hope you're just like diamond painting or something. Or coloring. You could be coloring. Uh-oh, Sadie's barking. And we're back. Gosh, I hate that. People walk around, they jog, whatever, but my dog will bark because they're running by or jogging by or whatever. And they glare at me like, what don't you shut your dog up? And I'm like, oh my gosh, we're at the dog park. If she's gonna bark anywhere, where else would she bark except here? See, I told you Greg's grumpy mood has wore off on me. Started me on a bad path. What else? Oh, my sister had called me and said her and her husband were coming to visit Texas around 4th of July and wanted to see me. So I haven't seen her in 2 years, maybe a year and a half. Yeah, I think it's 2 years. So that would be nice to see her, and her husband has never been to Texas, so. And she used to live here. She's the reason why I moved here. So I hope that I get to see her. I'm sure I will. The only problem is that she and Greg are not the best of friends, but hopefully, I don't know. Don't you just love family? Family is so fun. Grumpy. So she was like, I really want to take him down to the Alamo and do the Riverwalk thing. And I go, hun, a lot of that's closed. And she's like, no. Yeah. So she called me back. She's like, oh my gosh, the Alamo is closed. I go, I told you. And here's the deal. The deal is they lifted all our restrictions. Well, not all of them. I mean, you got to do your social distancing. You don't have to wear a mask. It's strongly encouraged, but you don't have to, blah, 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 blah. So after they did that, we went from like maybe, 15 cases a day to, Greg checked the other day, and we had 230 new cases. So yeah, it's jumped quite a bit. But I was talking to my sister, and she's like, we're just so sick of this. We stopped wearing our masks, and we just want to, get out. And I'm like, I understand that, hon. I get it. But, do you want to be safe? I don't know. A 50-year-old woman would have more sense, but I guess not. But all in all, it'll be nice to see her. So hopefully I will see her somewhere around the 4th of July. She wants to go visit that lake river area that Greg and I were contemplating going up there to rent a space. But we need to get new tires for the truck. Greg developed a bubble in one of the tires in the truck. That's the other reason why he's grumpy. Is because now we gotta buy expensive tires. And you can't just get like whatever tires because it tows our house, basically. We have to get good tires. He has a Suburban, and he needs to get at least 2 tires. Said he really would like to get more, but we need 2 at least. And then plus, we want to get caught up. I owe the spine doctor like $200 still. Gotta pay her. Well, not her in particular, but I gotta pay the office. What else? Oh, he was thinking maybe we have a couple of like minor credit cards. He was thinking maybe we should pay off our credit cards, so then if he thinks the world is going to come to the end, at least we won't owe the creditors. I don't know. going to sign off for this session because they keep walking around behind me and I look like a crazy person talking to myself. Anyway.